Hello, good morning to students. Uh, as we are learning financial accounting as part of it, today we are going to learn about journal. Journal is a book in which we record the transactions taken place in an organization in a systematic and chronological order. See, in every organization, generally, so many types of financial related transactions will be taking place. All those transactions are to be entered in the books of that particular concern. To record these transactions in the book, financial accounting records, first of all, we have to note down in a waste paper in an order of transactions taken place one by one, day wise and time wise, day wise, like this. After all that, all these transactions are to be recorded in a particular book which is called journal. Journal is a book in which transactions are recorded in chronological order. A journal is a book of primary entry because all the transactions are first recorded in this book. The word journal comes from the French word jour, meaning day. It is written up from the various source documents. The entry passed in the journal is called journal entry. So that this is called journal and also called day book, primary entry book, and so on so on. The process of writing up the book of journal is called journalizing. The transaction which has been taken place has to be recorded. To record, we should identify two aspects in that particular transaction, as I explained in the last lecture. In every transaction, definitely there will be two aspects, those are to be found out. One must be a giving aspect, another one will be receiving or taking aspect. These two aspects can be termed as debit and credit. When we analyze a transaction and confirmed the debit and credit, these two debit and credit accounts are to be recorded in this particular journal. Recording in the journal is a very important one. Why? Because when we are recording financial transactions in this journal, it should be specific, it should be clear, it should be able to understand any bookkeeper who may come after you or me. Every bookkeeper or every management should be able to understand this journal so that it has a specific and accepted format for recording financial transactions. Journal will be having 5 columns of format. In the first column, which is a date column, second column is a particulars column, third one is a ledger folio column, fourth one is a debit amount of rupees column, and the last one is a credit amount of rupees column. See, understanding of this format is very important. Though it is having simple only 5 columns, in the first column, so we have to write date, on which date the financial transaction has been taken place in this particular concern. So, while writing date, we have to remember one thing, that first of all we have to write year. Say for example it is 2019. So, that should be in the left side of the column. Later on we have to write name of the month, next date on which the transaction is taken place. So, as it is a day book, transactions will be recorded in a day wise. June 1st, June 2nd, June 3, June 4th, June 5th, June 6th, and so on. So that year, month and day of the date should be written. So, this is how to write date in the date column of journal. The particular column, this is like heart of the journal. It gives required information to everybody. Which transaction has been taken place? So, which account has been debited? Which account has been credited? So, why this transaction has been entered? So, regarding all these information will be known from this particular column. So that while writing in this column, so we have to analyze the transaction as I explained earlier. Like any transaction is taken place, so we have to know 2 aspects. One is debit one, another one is credit one. First of all, we have to write debit account. That means which account is going to be debited according to the transaction. Say for example, rent account has to be debited. So that in this particulars column, left hand side, rent account. So account must be added to every word. Rent account, insurance account, commission account, Raju account, so like this. Maybe individual, maybe companies, maybe expenditure, income, whatever it may be, account A/C has to be added. By giving some space, we have to specify with capital D R, which indicates that this account is debit 1. This account is going to be debited. So that rent account debtor. When you are debiting this particular account, you can observe in the debit amount column, say for example it is 10,000, we have to write 10,000. Then the entering in the information related to rent account is completed. Next, as per the transaction, we have to enter credit one. See here, while writing credit aspect or credit account, which account we are going to credit. So, to write that, first of all, from the left side in the particular column, give a space and write capital English T, T-O, 2, T-O, 2, to cash account, to cash account, as we have taken example. That may be cash, that may be bank, that may be person, that may be debtors, whatever it may be. Here it is cash, so that we have to write to cash account, cash account. Straightly in the credit amount column, we have to write the amount. As per the double entry system principle, every debit should have corresponding credit amount. See here it is, rent account is debited with 10,000, cash account is shown with 10,000. So this is called double entry system. So when it comes to particulars column, rent account to debtor to cash account is written. After you, some other new bookkeeper has come. You should be able to understand this entry. So why this rent account is debited? Why this cash account has been debited? So that we should write a narration, that means which has been written within the brackets, that narration must be clear and understandable. So this narration gives information about the entry like this: being rent paid in cash, as the amount of cash rupees 10,000 has been paid towards rent on June 1st of 2019. To understand this transaction, so narration should be like this. It should be very clear, very specific, so that it is written like this: being rent paid in cash. Once you written this narration, almost all writing of your entry is closed. To say that entry is closed, to say that we have to draw a line from, particular column from left side to right side till here. We have to show like this, we have to write like this. So then writing of entry will be completed, writing of entry will be completed. Next, when it comes to third column, it is a ledger folio. So, about this ledger I will explain you in the later class. So, here it is. So, all these accounts are should be entered in a particular book. So, where these accounts are entered, so page number of that book, ledger folio, will be entered in this column. When you are going to write entries in a concern practically, then you will know about this. Till that it will be only Kali. Nothing will be written in this column. So, next one is debit amount column, last one is credit amount column. See, this is the format of journal. As we are writing entries in this journal, entries are called journal entries. Journal entries are journalizing transactions. Journalizing transactions. See, this is the way of writing. Way of writing entries in the journal. This book is very first one recording financial transactions of a concern. So, it should be very clear, easy to understand everybody, even ourselves also. After a period of 1 year, we should be able to understand this format, so that everybody will follow it. So, to understand journal clearly, I will take an example and explain you how to write entries in a journal. See, example of problem will be like this. Write journal entries in the books of Rajan. Rajan is a owner. So, in his books we are going to write entries of the following transactions taken place. Here I didn't taken date, only given 1, 2, 3, 4 like 10 transactions. So, first transaction is Rajan started a business with an amount of rupees 50,000 cash and rupees 20,000 stock. So, second transaction is purchased plant for rupees 3 lakhs by paying cash, deposited 6 lakhs into the bank. Fourth transaction is purchased office furniture for rupees 10,000 and made payment by check. In the fifth transaction, purchased goods worth rupees 8,000 for cash and for rupees 35,000 on credit. Goods amounting to 4,000 was sold for rupees 6,000 on cash basis. Seventh transaction is goods costing to rupees 8,000 was sold for rupees 12,500 on credit. Eighth one is check issued to the supplier of goods worth rupees 35,000. Ninth transaction is check received from customer account amounting to rupees 7,500. And last transaction is withdrawn by owner for personal use of rupees 25,000. For these transactions, we have to write entries in the books of Rajan. In the books of Rajan. one by one we'll see how to write entries in the books of Rajan or in the journal. First transaction. Rajan started a business with an amount of rupees 50,000 cash and rupees 20,000 stock. 20,000 stock. So this is a transaction which has been taken place in the books of Rajan. We have to write journal entry for this transaction. See, when a transaction is given, first of all you have to find out two aspects. One must be giving aspect, another one will be receiving aspect. Here Rajan is a person started a business by investing cash 50,000 and also giving rupees 20,000 worth of stock to the business in the name of capital. In the name of capital. So that Rajan is a owner, but we should not write the owner as it is. So we have to write Rajan capital. Rajan capital. So what is the capital consist here? Cash as well as value of stock. Both these consist of the capital. So that first one is Rajan capital. Rajan capital. So another aspect is, one is cash, another one is stock. So like this we have to analyze the or understand the transaction and write the entry. Write the entry. See here, journal entries in the books of Rajan is a title. Title of the journal. Journal entries in the books of Rajan. So as the date is not given, just write serial number 1. Cash is an asset. Stock is an asset. As per the accounting principle, when the assets come into the business, they are to be debited. Cash and stock are coming into the business, so that cash account debtor, stock account debtor. See, cash is 50,000, stock is 20,000. 20,000. As we are debiting, amount has been written in the debit column. So these two, 50,000 and 20,000, 70,000 rupee worth of investment made by the Rajan. So this has been termed as Rajan capital account. So that Rajan capital account has to be credited. So to Rajan capital account, since it is a credit one, we have to write total amount 70,000 in the credit amount column. In the credit amount column. Credit amount column. So entry is cash account to debtor 50,000, stock account to debtor 20,000, to Rajan account 70,000. So for this transaction or entry, we have to write a narration. Narration should be within the brackets. Being cash and stock brought in the business as capital. Then you have to draw one underline within the particular column. Then it will be completed. Writing of entry for the first transaction is completed. Next, go for second transaction, that is purchased plant for rupees 3 lakhs by paying cash. So here also we have to find out two aspects. We are purchasing a plant, paying cash. Both are assets. Plant is asset, cash is asset. But one asset is coming into the business, one asset is going out from the business. So the asset which is coming into the business has to be debited. The asset which is going out from the business has to be credited. Clearly we can understand that plant is coming into the business, so that plant account has to be debited. As we are paying cash, it is going out from the business, it has to be credited. So entry should be like this. In the date column 2, since it is a serial number. In the particulars column, plant account, debtor, here it is I have taken 3 lakhs, but here it is 30,000. So you can make it as 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs. Zero. Here also you can made 1 0. So we can do this. So 3 lakhs. See, plant account debtor to 3 lakhs, to cash account 3 lakhs, being plant purchased for cash. So now the entry will be completed. To say that it is completed, we have to draw a underline within the particulars column. Then it is completed. Next, go for third transaction. Deposited 6 lakhs into the bank. See, here also two aspects are there, and also two assets are there. 6 lakhs cash is there and bank is there. Bank is a personal account, cash is a real account. As per the personal account, debit the receiver. So that bank account has to be debited. Cash is an asset. So that as per the principle of real account, the asset which is going out from the business has to be credited. Entry should be like this. Bank account debtor 6 lakhs, To cash account 6 lakhs in the credit amount column. Narration must be being cash deposited in the bank. Being cash deposited in the bank. So then writing of entry will be completed when you draw a line. When you draw a line like this. So let's go for fourth entry. Understand it well, then write entry. Purchased office furniture for rupees 10,000 and made payment by check. So that we have purchased furniture and paid through check. Check in the sense bank. Check in the sense bank. So that furniture is real account, bank is a personal account. Bank is a personal account. Right. As per the real account, asset is coming into the business, so that furniture account has to be debited. Amount is being paid through check. Individual, personal account. As per the personal account principle, the person who gives advantage has to be credited. So entry should be like this. Furniture account debtor 10,000 in the debit column. To bank account 10,000 in the credit amount column. To say about this entry, within the bracket, being furniture purchased and paid through check. Being purchased and paid through check or bank. So as the entry is completed, we have to draw and underline. Then entry for this particular transaction will be completed. Next, let's go for another transaction. That is purchased goods worth of rupees 8,000 for cash and for rupees 35,000 on credit. Here what is happening? We have purchased goods. One is 8,000 worth of rupees goods and also 35,000 worth of rupees goods. But 35,000 rupees worth of goods are on credit and 8,000 worth of rupees goods by paying cash. Totally, how much goods we have purchased? How much worth of goods we have purchased? That means 35,000 plus 8,000, 43,000 worth of goods have been purchased. For this, purchases account debtor amount is 43,000. To cash account 88,000 to creditors account 35,000. 35,000 being goods purchased in cash and also on credit. In cash and also on credit. So, with this, when you draw a underline, this entry will be completed. Next, go for next one. Next transaction is goods amounting to rupees 4,000 was sold for rupees 6,000 on cash basis. Here some understanding of transaction is there. Goods amounting of rupees 4,000 was sold for 6,000. Here we should not consider the 4,000 rupees. The goods which are sold for rupees 6,000 is considerable. So that transaction is sold goods worth of rupees 6,000. So in this, one is sales account is there, another one is cash account is there. Sales is nothing but goods, so that it is a real account. Cash account, cash is a real account. So goods are going out from the business, cash is coming into the business. Entry should be cash account to debtor to sales account, like this. See here, cash account to debtor 6,000 in the debit amount column, to sales account in the credit amount column. Narration must be being goods sold for cash. So by drawing an underline within the particulars column, so writing of this entry will be completed. Writing of this entry will be completed. So we will see the next one. Goods costing to 8,000 was sold for rupees 12,500. Here also same. We should not consider about this 8,000 rupees. We have to concentrate on 12,500. So worth of 8,000 of goods sold for 12,500. That means transaction is sold goods on credit worth of rupees 12,500. Two aspects, two accounts. One is sales account, another one is as we are selling on credit, debtors account will arise. So that debtor is a personal account, sales is a real account. The person who gets advantage has to be debited, debtors account has to be debited. Sales means asset is going out from the business, so that it has to be credited. Entry should be debtors account to debtor to sales account, like this we have to write. Debtors account to debtor 12,500 to sales account 12,500 in the credit amount column. To indicate that entry is completed, we have to write narration within the brackets. Being goods sold on credit. Being goods sold on credit. As in the problem, customer name is not given, that means debtor's now name is not given, so that we have written debtors. If any name is given, goods sold to B, A, Raju, Rani, like this, then we have to write the name in the place of debtors. A's account, B's account, Raju's account. So here it is not given, so that entry is debtors account debtor to sales account, being goods sold on credit. In the debit column 12,500 is seen, in the credit column also we amount should be same. So then we have to draw a underline within the particulars column, being goods sold on credit. Then it will be completed. Next one is, eighth one is, check issued to the supplier of goods worth 35,000. Check issued to supplier, goods worth of rupees 35,000. A supplier supplied goods worth of 35,000, for which we have issued a check. So that here we should not consider the name of supplier, only one is goods, another one is purchases. Goods purchased. Earlier we have purchased goods, for that we are issuing check, so that supplier name is has to be considered, and by which means we are paying amount, it is check. One is bank, another one is supplier. Supplier is nothing but creditor. Creditor is a person, comes under personal accounts. Check is nothing but asset. Check is a person, it is also a personal account, so that entry should be like this. As the creditor getting advantage as per the rule of personal account, creditor account debtor 35,000, bank account debtor 35,000. So entry narration for this entry being amount paid through check. When you write this narration, writing of your entry will be completed. So that go for next one. The ninth transaction is check received from customer amounting to rupees 7,500. We have received a check which is a bank, comes under personal accounts. Check is given by a customer, is a natural person, so that accounting principle of personal account says that debit the receiver, credit the giver. Entry should be bank account debtor to debtor account, bank account debtor to debtor's account, being check received from the debtor, being check received from the debtor 7,500. Last one is 25,000 rupees. Owner Rajan. Rajan has taken 25,000 rupees from the business so that whenever the owner of the business withdrawn or taken cash or stock for his personal house, personal use, that must be considered as drawings. So we should name it Rajan personal account. Rajan personal account has to be debited. So 25,000 rupees cash has to be credited. Entry should be Rajan withdrawal account. Rajan withdrawal account debtor to cash account. Being Rajan withdrawn an amount of rupees 25,000 for his personal use. So like this we have to write entries. We have to write entries for the given transactions. So this is the how to write entries in a journal. Okay. So let us meet in another class by taking another topic. Okay. All right.